it pains me to admit it, but apparently I have a huge workflow inefficiency. Um, Whenever my tooling fails, I just freeze effectively, and it's a huge hit to a huge cognitive friction to continue doing the task when tooling fails, because it's something I take for granted and something that I like to have to just spend some dedicated time per year to maintain it and have it work while I'm using it. And whenever that's not the case, it just completely breaks my faith in what I'm doing. I guess. I mean, it's I guess understandable, but very inefficient. And the degree to which I get disheartened on such fails is enormous. I actually have no idea what to do with it because I have no idea what to do with it. I guess I have to diminish the surface area of my proprietary tuning, but that's not only proprietary because I mean I code in Rust. It's if it compiles, it often works, just works. It's very explicit language. But things like NeoVim, things like Arch Linux, and so on, which are very powerful when set up correctly, used correctly, and very powerful main stations. In general, give very precise control. At some point, they have some failure modes, and those failure modes might arrive during work, and this is very bad. Obviously, it's better than Windows, but for example, comparing NeoVim and VS Code, I'm not so sure at this point. I'm not even so sure at this point. Um, it's EV plus to. I think it's still positive to use NVim. But there's some like very small percentage of times where it just breaks and it takes time to fix it instead of doing the work. And again, it's a huge kick to the morale. Um, but I think it's worth it. Always got still. Uh, Whatever the case, having spent the time on even definitely pays off. I understand so much more about editors in general, and it will give me enormous advantage even if I switch back, which I don't think it will. I think it's still better to just use Neovam. I will just, I don't know, need to think of something to get me as close as possible to just not having any fails whatsoever. And the number of total failures is not big, but the fact that they happen apparently is very bad in and of itself. Probably just need to also consciously stop getting derailed when my tuning doesn't work. I'm not sure how to implement this. I have no idea. Anyways, the setup is apparently more fragile than I thought, so that's very disappointing. The things which I write myself, they don't really fail, but it also, in some cases, it takes time to add new features whenever it's really needed. That was extent, but that's better than having them and then having them and then have them working correctly, which is the case with algorithms written in Bash or in CCPP, anything. I mean, large ones. Anyways, I have no idea what to do with it. I'll try to reduce again the surface area of possible failures, and I guess write less things which I'd like to write. Even though they don't fail, there's still, it increases the potential maintenance or potential failure surface in all the custom is bad. It detracts from productivity in worst case scenario randomly while I'm trying to do work. In best case scenario, once a year or more, where I just need to pay attention to it and see if it's up to date, if it's working. So, anyways, that's about it. That's bad. I don't like it. If I figure out how to make it better, I will definitely record it because it's a larger problem than I'd expect it to be. And I guess I'll make effort to make entries daily, because also not having them is. I probably should start recording to have exact data, but from what I remember, it's a EV detractor of at least $150 per day. With the current estimation, it's not necessarily close to exact value, but like 150 EV points, quantum EV points that are reasonably consistent on a day-to-day basis. So that's good enough for the purposes, which means for which is optimization of hairs. The idea is to kind of approximate the value of the day 20 years forward discounted. But it's obvious that I cannot do that with any degree of precision. However, what is possible is to continue estimating it and just normalize the entries, so that the kinds of inputs and my estimated value of these inputs between themselves so far has been reasonably stable, so that's good enough to help. Anyways, about 150 V points, which somewhere translates to like $150 per day discounted back. Or again, I'm not sure. Like it can be on order of magnitude of, but point being, it's definitely worth it to spend time to make these entries. It's additional social pressure and additional just clarification of what I need to do, what I need to be doing in general. The benefits of journals are generally known. I'm dragging this. I'm upset that my tooling is has cases where it's failing, and I'm even more upset that I'm overreacting to the failure of tooling. Like it's a really big problem. It just completely derails me. Anyways, I will see you tomorrow.